What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. Y'all remember when I was trying to find that paperwork? I couldn't find it. I was searching everywhere looking for that paperwork. I wanted to find that paperwork when, my baby mama was trying to set me up to send me back to prison, man. And I couldn't find the paperwork. I'm telling y'all have no idea, man. Look, this is why I love this song right here, man. I talked about it briefly in this song right here. Oh, this is my favorite song. Y'all have no idea how this song. Listen, y'all remember this song?
My life flashed before my eyes. My baby mama's cry. All my money is spent. Homies just came and went. What did it all mean? My life's a ghetto story. Warriors march and call on God. Play it to my heart. Witness betrayal when all fail. Open the jail. Cause we gon' pack them or die on 2 boards and 3 nails. 2 boards, 3 nails. 2 boards, 3 nails. 2 boards, 3 nails. I don't do this for money. I prove my point that I'm the greatest alive, the hottest unsigned. I do this so my soldier can ride, hit and survive. Pride conquers mountains and giants. I'm standing like David, rocks on the pavement, sighting like Jason, meditating, just too much hating, like it's contagious. Racists, politicians, invaders chasing this paper. My homie died, Block 45, closing his eye. Point blank,
right here, y'all.
Somebody help me. My baby mama's a lesbian, sleeping with all my boys and hate my guts, watching and plotting to set me up with handcuffs or a sucker in love, loading his slug to shower me in the shower or pillow me after hours. The venom is in a denim, so who can handle a fool who lives breaking the rules, no conscience of what he do. Sex is power, and so many die before they time. I promise you Armageddon, trying to take me from mine. My life flashed before my eyes. My baby mama's cry, all my money is spent. Homies just came and went. What did it all mean? My life's a ghetto story. Warriors march and call on God. Play it to my heart.
Man, that song's so cold. I just want to play the whole thing for y'all. But I say that to say this, man. So in that song, I explain how my baby mother was having sex with my guys and them, trying to set me up with the police and everything. Hold on. And where we get this right here, let me put this up. Let me put this up. I got to put this up because I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. So y'all got to bear with me on this. I'm going somewhere with this. You got to bear with me on this. I'm going somewhere with this. Because I don't like to play these games. I'd just rather show you better than I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Okay? I'd rather just show y'all better than I can tell y'all, man. You know? Now, remember what I said in the song. You know what I'm saying? I clearly said, you know what I'm saying? She was trying to set me up. Now, I want to present something to y'all. I already showed y'all this, but I want to go into the paperwork a little bit. I want to just go into the paperwork a little bit. Share this. Can open this up a little bit. I'm going to the paperwork a little bit. Okay, I found the paperwork. Yeah, I found the paperwork. Now, watch this. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. Y'all have no idea, man. Y'all really, really, really have no idea. Again, I expose a lot of stuff and speak about a lot of things throughout the music. And watch this though. In the song, I explain how she was trying to set me up, either to send me back to prison or have somebody kill me. Because a lot of betrayal was going on. For those of y'all who may not know, my best friend for over 30 years and her ended up being engaged to one another, okay? this guy also was responsible for me being sentenced to 16 years in prison. In the process of that, they ended up hooking up, and she moved him in the house with my kids and everything. So I'm in prison behind bars as a result of this guy and everything. She had the knowledge of it and knowing it, and then bring him in the house under my children, like my enemy. It's real stuff. When I get out, they was afraid that I was going to kill them. He ended up leaving and moving out of town 2 weeks before I got out. And she began to, you know, make certain things in play, because they just felt that there's no way he gonna forgive us for this. Because she knew how crazy I was about my boys. Remember, this woman gave me my first 3 boys, my first 3 sons. Okay. So, and she know how attached I was to my boys before I left. So now now that I'm out and all that time it went by, it was fun in the beginning when I was doing all that time, but now since I'm out now, things was he out. They heard I was a changed man. They didn't believe it though. So he left and moved out of town, and she was just on needles. She was on needles, on thin ice, like, oh, I don't know about this. But I was letting her know that I forgave her. And out of the love of my children, I figured since I was a changed man and I wasn't that same dude no more, that I would forgive her, give her the benefit of the doubt, and try to become a family again. But I was going to be real careful because I'm out on parole and I got 9 years to do on parole. So in the process of that, I'm talking to her. She still don't believe, you know. So we just being careful and easy of one another because the boys are involved. So I go over her house, and this was my first time going over there since my release. And the boys happy I'm there. So me and her talking, and my son asked, "Are y'all gonna be back together?" They asked her that. She said no because she didn't know how I was feeling to some degree. So she didn't feel she could answer that. So the safest thing for her to do was just say no. This made my oldest son begin to cry. She tell him, "Shut your damn mouth. Shut the F up right now." I'm tripping. I'm like, don't talk to him like that. Like, why would you talk to him like that? He like trying to suck up his tear, like, you know. This girl jump up, grab him up by his shirt, and ram him up against the wall, like, what the F I tell you? Didn't I tell you to shut the F up? Off him just asking, well, we finna be back together, a family again. And when she said no, it broke his heart. Because remember, I'm his father. That's what he remembered. Even though I was gone, he remembered who was loving and protecting and providing for them. They so-called had the best. Those were the best years of his life that he remembered. Keep in mind, while I was in prison, I was already hearing of the mistreatment that she was doing to them. The mistreatment she was doing to them. So when I see her grab him up by his shirt and ram him up against the wall, that right there, that set a fire in me. I said, get your mother hands off my son. She looked at me, she like, these my mother. I said, I don't try to hear nothing you got to say. If you better get your hand off my son right now. What the hell is wrong with you? That right there let me know then that what people had been telling me before I was released must have been true. Because she know she wouldn't have never did that when I was out or in front of me in any type of way. The language or the physical contact she had just did to him. So me and her get into it. I let her know. Nah, I ain't with these gangs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with these gangs at all. Hold on, I'm getting him. So she wouldn't have never did that. She wouldn't have never did that. But now me and her, we into it in the house. I make her take her hand off my son. She like, get the F out of my house, niggas. She acting real tough and gangster. I had to like get a grip on myself, like, hold on. Man, I'm on parole. I just got out not too long ago, man. I ain't finna have this girl send me back to prison and I'm in her house. So I tell my kids, y'all ain't gotta, look, don't worry about this. I'm out now. Y'all ain't gotta be afraid of her. I'm out now. Don't worry about this. I'll be back. So I already knew, like, man, I ain't finna play these games with her. This woman ain't finna be sending me to prison or nothing like that. So I'm just gonna get social services involved and go about things the right legal way. You know what I'm saying? So that my kid can first be protected, because I don't know what she doing to them behind these doors and all the stuff I was hearing about what she was doing to them. I'm like, man, I ain't even finna be going through this. I don't mind on white folks being in my business because I don't do nothing. I ain't guilty of nothing. I'm legal. You know what I'm saying? So I end up calling Child Protective Services to investigate the child abuse allegations and things that was going on. In the process of that, when they come visit her to investigate the abuse on the children and things like that, she take it upon herself to seduce my parole officer. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by seduce my parole officer. Now, in this paperwork, this is what she go to my parole officer and them and say. In this paperwork, she say this. So she went to put a restraining order on me from my parole officer and everything. And this was she put in the restraining order. She said, the most recent incident, Gerard called the social services on me, making false complaints about myself and my mother abusing the children. Now, first of all, her mother didn't even live in Milwaukee at the time. So she lied right there. But I did call social services to investigate the child abuse allegations on my sons that was being reported to me while I was in prison, and told them the incident that took place when I was there. I'm going to do that. Any father is going to do that. So especially when she trying to send me back to prison or make me do something, because our situation delicate anyway. You have my enemy in the house with my children who sent me to prison. So our situation was delicate, even though I forgave her about that, but you're not finna abuse my children, especially in front of me at all. So that part was true. I did call social services, and this was her way of retaliating. She goes on to say, I spoke with his parole officer and was advised to fill out for this restraining order. Listen, I'm scared that if given the chance, Gerard would hurt me or even kill me. He has raised his hands against me and my kids. Now she reversing the abuse. Now she's saying I raised my hands against her and the kids. Now she's reversing what I had reported to social services pertaining to her. And now she's saying it to the police officers that I've been raising my hand up against her and the kids, even though I'm just out of prison. She said he had raised his hands up against me and the kids. He was hitting my younger son by him with a paddle across his knuckles. I'm asking for all the help I can get to keep him out of my life. I'm asking for all the help I can get to keep him out of my life and away from my house. On about the 5th of January, Mr. Baker came to my house to get his hair braided. While I was doing his hair, he began to ask my son several different questions about myself and Mr. Baker getting back together. I let Mr. Baker know that he was upsetting the kids. I thought he should leave, and Mr. Baker became upset, yelling at me and saying that if it was the last thing I will do, I will get those kids taken from you. So she trying to say that I actually am using this as a means to, was using this as a means to get the children taken from her. So, hold on, I gotta take this. Hello. Okay. So soon as I end up, so she was saying like I made this up about her abusing the kids and everything just to get the kid taken away from her. Then she goes on to say this. Pay attention to this, and this is why I got this video clip up right here. So she said, Mr. Baker became upset, yelling and saying that if it was the last thing I do, I will get those kids took from you. And about 20 minutes later, the police was called. The officer advised me to seek a restraining order so that I could protect myself. Another time was when someone stated to Gerard that I was sleeping with his cousin. When they told Gerard I was sleeping with his cousin, he bust my nose, swole up my lips on August of 2008. No, she said I bust her nose and swole up her lips. So she given another incident. So she given all these false incidents. Now, she said that somebody told her she was sleeping with my cousin, and when I found out about it, I bust her nose and I bust her lips. Now, This is my cousin here. Now, at the time this came out, y'all, I'm in prison. I'm in prison. But this is what she's talking about.
I'm the other woman, but I think I'm the better woman. I'm here to confront a roommate about her husband. I want him, and I think that she should leave him so that I can have him.
So you're carrying on with a married man?
Yeah.
And how long has this been going on?
Maybe 6 or 8 months.
And you know the woman?
Yeah.
You know his wife? Why would you do that?
Because she's no good. She's trailer trash. She's a pale ass bitch. And I want to beat her ass. I want her to move around.
Well, do you kind of, yeah, but that wouldn't be a reason for you to necessarily sleep with her. I mean, you don't go through the neighborhood and say, who's having a bad marriage, come over here.
No, she's just no good. I'm there with them. I know what goes on in their relationship. She's no good. He was addicted a while back. I got him clean. She's no good. Whenever she comes around, she's always having him out drinking, strung out on this and that. She's trailer trash and she needs to move around.
Okay, now, this is my cousin who struggled with drugs. He's a drug addict. Okay, this is her mentality. This is what she do. Okay, so she come on Springer to confront my cousin's wife on sleeping with her husband, because according to her, the wife keep him strung out on drugs and she get him clean. You see the mentality? But all this was for his Social Security check. His $800 Social Security check. That's where all this was over. A Social Security check, $800. Because he ain't got no money. Like they said, he struggled with drug addiction. So this was for his Social Security check. I'm in prison at this time. And when this come out, I don't even get out to another 2 years. I got 2 more years left when this come out. As a result of that, according to her, when I found out about this, I bust her nose and lips, even though I'm in prison. See what I mean? See these things like this. Now, then she say, and on August 2008, I went to pick up my kids from Mr. Baker's house. He began calling me out my name, saying that I was a no good, and saying that I was no good to a male friend of mine that was with me. And when I stated to him, so what, I don't want you, he became angry. He slammed me on my back in the middle of the street, leaving a bruise on my lower part of my back, and I was pregnant. Mr. Baker called my phone at all times of the night, leaving messages that he's going to get me and have his people get me too. Have my team and my people get me too. Get her too. I believe this man is still in love with me. He has been incarcerated for the last 7 years, and his mind is not thinking clearly. He needs help. And when I filed for the restraining order the first time I got served, he came over to my house trying to kick in my door. I dialed 911 and he was gone when they came. You know what's crazy about this? My parole officer took this, made her a part of my parole plan for the next 9 years. For the next 9 years. In the process of that, I had to kiss this girl butt. She was blackmailing me because she knew the prison system, because she was incarcerated. She was locked up in prison. I'm kissing this girl butt. She making me have sex with her sometimes when she wanted to, because she knew she had me in her grips. One day, me and her kicking it. And I say to her, I said, how did you get my parole officer to make you a part of my parole plan to sign those papers? She told me, she said, I went and put on my outfit. He saw them lips, hips, and he was willing to do anything I wanted him to do. Anything I said, he agreed to and put it down. I wouldn't even doubt she had sex with that man. I wouldn't even doubt it. But I knew it because when he called me in, he was so aggressive towards me. I'm like, man, she's setting me up. I said, if I did all this stuff to her, slammed her in the street, body slammed her, bumped her nose, her lips, why ain't I arrested? Why wasn't the police called? Where the pictures at? Where's all this at? He said, Mr. Baker, just sign the papers or we're going to have to take you in. We don't handle things like the police do. This is the Department of Correction. This is not the police department. We handle things differently. I already spoke to my supervisor, and she already let me know that if you don't sign these papers, we got to take you in. So you're going to sign the papers or not? I had to sign those papers. Then he informed her that I had signed the papers. And this woman had became a part of my parole plan for the next 9 years. That anything she said, called, I would be taken in. And she already had this dude eating out the palm of her hands. That type of stuff. This real life. This real life. I'm not playing no games. I'm telling you real facts. Real facts. And like I said, I didn't even want to open this type of stuff up. Because it ain't, look, I can handle it. No big deal. No big deal. I don't have to fake, sugarcoat, nothing, lie about none of that stuff. So she painted the picture to them that I was crazy and that I'm plotting on killing her because she having sex with my cousins. And that since I've been locked up for so long, I ain't right in the head. And they agreed with her and made her a part of my parole plan. And from that point on, I had to protect and defend myself and operate accordingly. Because I know at the end of the day, this is my baby mama. She's still crazy about me. Her first 3 kids is from me. I just got to play my cards right. And since I've been off parole now, it's a whole nother thing. I'm off parole now. Now the rules change. See what I'm saying? Then she started finding out everything I'm doing, the moves I'm making through my sons, the big plans I'm doing and all that stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. But I figured I'd just bring that paperwork out just to show y'all, man, of what was going on and how these setups and things. Just lying. She over-exaggerates, just lie. And this girl is an impulsive liar. But it is what it is, though. I really don't care, man. But I wanted to just show y'all I wasn't lying again and bought that paperwork out. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question, man. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.